This section will be about the problems that sexism causes. The root cause of sexism is gender stereotypes and the ideology that men are superior, and this idea has passed on through generations. This leads into the reason why there are mental and physical effects in sexism. There are many mental and physical effects that come from sexism. Some of the mental effects are depression, anxiety, PTSD, and eating disorders. Some of the physical effects are illnesses, less healthy living conditions, injury, death, and rape. About 4 in 10 working women experience sexism according to Pew Research Center. Sexism causes many issues in the workplace and in general day-to-day living for women. As you can see, sexism is a common occurrence for most women in and out of workplaces, and it has not been addressed and not enough actions have been taken to stop this issue, so we as a group need to.
In just 10 hours, Shoshana Roberts catcalled more than 100 times. Harassment she says she endures every day. This video, now viewed about 8.5 million times, posted just yesterday.
Hey, look at that. It's $5,000.
The viral experiment, all part of a PSA about street harassment. To capture it, Shoshana, wearing jeans and a t-shirt, volunteered to walk the streets of New York City holding 2 microphones, while the director of the video walked ahead of her with a hidden camera strapped to his back.
This section is about homophobia. The root cause of homophobia is the fact that people have an irrational fear of homosexuals. This stigma has been prominent since the 1900s and has stuck around with the same out-of-date facts, even though new facts and studies will prove them wrong. The mental effects of homophobia are depression, anxiety, and internalized homophobia. Homosexuals have a higher rate of mental illness. Data has been collected that proves the gay youth is 4 times more likely to commit suicide. Physical effects of homophobia are abuse, neglect, self-harm, suicide, and hate crimes. Physically, homosexual teens are 4 times more likely to be attacked in the streets than their heterosexual counterparts. This shows that statistically, LGBTQ teens are more likely to be in constant danger than straight teens, which carries into adulthood.
Now, just over a week ago, 2 women, 28-year-old Melania Haymonat and her partner, 29-year-old Chris, who we understand is American, were traveling on a city bus where they were assaulted by a group of men after they allegedly refused to kiss each other on demand.
This section is about racism. Racism has historically been the most prevalent type of discrimination, and it's an issue that unfortunately continues today. The root cause of racism is the belief of racial, usually white, superiority and stereotypes of minority races caused by historical events, religion, etc., all being passed through generations and perpetuated by the media. Race, as a concept, is a social construct founded solely on one's genetic hereditarity, physical features, and skin color. It has no real biological basis, and it was created by white people to oppress and deny people of color rights and privileges. Racism can cause people of color to subconsciously separate themselves from their community and culture. They may also subconsciously profile other people based on their race. This internalized racism can lead to people of color having depression and anxiety later in life. Racism, in its worst form, causes people to be violent towards themselves and/or other individuals. Institutional racism is also a major issue, as people of color can have illnesses and conditions go undiagnosed just because of their skin color. The U.S. border control system is rooted in institutional racism, as people who have white features and/or a first world country passport cross through borders far quicker than those who have non-white features and/or have a third world country passport. Even today, it is clear that racism is still embedded within modern society, which is why it must be stopped.